Right now we are going to start the chapter number 6, which the topic is Cisco Software Defined Access Operation and Troubleshooting. In this topic we are going to talk more about the operation and the troubleshooting of the SD access. There is 4 subtopics. The first is Cisco SD access under covers. The second, host operation and packet flow in Cisco Software Defined Access. The third, Cisco SD access troubleshooting. And the fourth, authentication slash police troubleshooting. This topic is very important because it goes a little bit deeper about the SD access. Starting with the first subtopic, Cisco SD access undercover. This topic is very important because it doesn't talk only about the graphical but the concepts behind the software defined access. How software defined access is built. So when we talk about SD access, we have to know that this is a solution of the software defined networking. And it operates normally under the overlay, and we know there is two kinds um, of layers on the network. We have the underlay and we have the overlay, and the SD access operates here in the overlay. And we have to talk to know about some protocols that work in this overlay network. We have to know how is done the encapsulation, and here in the overlay there is some important aspects that we talk a lot, that is Lisp, location identifier, and we have also the VXLAN. Normally the Lisp work under the layer 3 of the OSI protocol. It's like the way that the halting is done on the overlay, and the VXLAN works normally in the layer 2. How this exactly works we talk in the following sessions. So the next session talks about the host operation and packet flow in Cisco SD access. How is done the host operation? Well, we have to know that the host operation it doesn't change because let's talk, for example, that we have a host connected to a fabric edge switch under the SD access. In the point of view of this host, the communication is exactly the same. What does a host do when he doesn't know where to send the traffic? Well, if it is in the same subnet, it looks for the MAC address of the destination device. Let's say that this host has the IP address 1.1.1.1, and he wants to send a traffic to a destination 1.1.1.2, and he doesn't know uh, where to send the traffic. So in this case, this host will try to do a ARP, address resolution protocol. He knows the IP of the destination, but he doesn't know the MAC, so he is going to ask the MAC to the switch. Inside the fabric, the process is a little bit different than we have in a traditional network, because we have here inside the fabric the Lisp and the VXLAN, right? Inside the fabric, we have to know that we have different type of devices. We have the edge nodes, we have the border nodes, and we have the control nodes. The edge node is the device that connects directly to the end user. The border node allows the communication between the fabric with the external network. And the control node is the one that makes the registration, is the brain of our infrastructure. It means that the edge node doesn't have the information about all the routings. Every time an edge node doesn't know where to send the traffic or where the destination is, it will send a request to the control node. It will send a request to the control node asking where is the device that he's trying to contact, and the control node will reply with information about the location of this end device. Okay, this is the process that happens inside our SD access. We have different kinds of specific things, like what happens in the intra subnet traffic is different, a little bit different of what happens in the inter subnet between different subnets. But we have to know that every time the edge node doesn't know where the destination is, it will request the control node. The control node is the one containing a database about the location of each node, about the location of each endpoint inside the fabric. And whenever the control node doesn't have the location of a specific endpoint, it will send to the last, like we talk on the traditional network, it will send to the last resource destination. It will send to the border node in order to send it to outside of the fabric. Next, Cisco SD access troubleshooting. Well, this is a very specific subtopic because we talk here about some of the ways that we have to troubleshoot the SD access network. Normally we have the support of our GUI. In our GUI we have our assurance tab that will give us the information that we need to do the initial troubleshooting. But we have some troubleshooting that we can do also using the CLI command line interface, like the show IP DHCP binding, to see the relation between the MAC addresses and the IP addresses that the DHCP server gives to a specific endpoint. We have the Lisp commands, like the show Lisp instance ID Ethernet database, show Lisp instance ID Ethernet map cache. We have a variety of commands that we can use to troubleshooting our SD access network, but most of the times we want to simplify and we are going to use the GUI in the assurance tab. Next, we have the authentication and policy troubleshooting to see how to investigate the policies. Like we talked in the last chapter, normally inside interfaces there are templates. If we do a show run interface, for example gig 0/0, we'll see that the interface is probably associated with one template, and we can see the template a little bit farther in the show run. Begin template, and then the name of the template to see what does these templates do inside our network. We have other commands to verify the data1x authentication, like the show authentication sessions. We can also do this command inside a specific interface and see the details, to see the information about what specific attributes this interface received, and we can also see the information inside the wireless LAN controller, like show client details, and we'll give the MAC address of the specific wireless devices we are trying to investigate. For the TrustSec, we have the show CTS role based permission to see the information about what is allowed and what is not allowed. This is normally related to the Cisco TrustSec, and this is some of the more common commands that are used inside the Cisco software defined network. This is an overview about what is spoken. We have to know this information because it will help us to better troubleshooting every time we need, and to have a deeper knowledge of what is going inside our network.